I'm telling y'all, man, freestyle. It's almost like a mini cipher. That's what we got to start doing. We got to start recording these when we go to break, and then you seeing who's in here rapping and everything, and everybody's in here kind of flowing. And you're like, yo, don't drop the stick. Dope. Pretty dope. Okay. So we've reached the end of the show. Quick story that we covered Arizona State being penalized, getting the hammer dropped on them for recruiting violations. The adults involved, a few of them escaped without any kind of consequence or accepting responsibility, or even cooperating with the NCAA investigations. We also talked about the way that it's way too early for the top 25 in AP football, when a lot of colleges haven't even figured out who's the starting quarterback. We've already got a top 25 out of PFF.com. Then we covered Team USA basketball. Some names on there, some questions I got to ask. Like I said, is this it? Really? Is this it? Then we also covered on there Deion Sanders shutting down the crazy and really asking them, hey, look, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Was he right? And I kind of side with him on that. I side with Coach Prime on that topic. But just a quick story. Former Super Bowl champion Tarrell Suggs, they try to go ahead and put it in the article that he was arrested on assault charges. But you have to read the article, because when you read the article, these are all logical. Now, this comes from The Guardian, which was covering the AP in a larger context, and we'll give you the story here when we come back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Yes, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Visit the good folks down at your local Papa John's. Order online or download the app. When you go on the app right now, you get the new XL New York style pizza, $13.99. You can go ahead and also get the Papa pairings. They're in line as well. Papa John's. Better pizza, better ingredients. So when we left off, we were talking about Tarrell Suggs, and they kept trying to say that Tarrell Suggs, he was getting some charges for assault. But when you read about it, what happened to him, he was in Arizona. He was booked into Maricopa County on charges of threatening and intimidation and disorderly conduct with a weapon. What was this all about? Because this has to be serious. They're arresting this guy because he's threatening. This dude is a former NFL pro. He is an intimidating man. That's one thing I hate about TV. TV has made some of these athletes like you want to hang out with these guys. If you did not know these people, you would be in fear of these people. Yeah, I know a lot of people like to talk slick about Draymond Green. If you saw Draymond Green in real life, you don't want to hang out with Draymond, because Draymond would beat you down like it ain't nothing. Kevin Garnett is not your friend. Kevin Garnett is not going to go to the bar with you and have a cup of whiskey or a shot of whiskey. Kevin Garnett is hanging with some real dudes. Kevin Garnett and his boys might roll up on you and get you up out of there because you a full plate in these streets. Tarrell Suggs is no different. This is a man who used to get paid to hurt other men on a football field. But something had to happen. Now, these charges, they're related to an incident at Starbucks at a drive-thru over coffee. Really? when Suggs alleged flashed a handgun. Suggs allegedly backed into a vehicle in the parking lot while trying to reverse, although the car was not damaged. Then what's the problem? What's the problem? How can you back into a car and it not be damaged? How could you back into a car and it not be damaged? Suggs and the driver got into a confrontation. Yeah, because you hit my car. I got out. I seen it wasn't any damage. No harm, no foul. But people are so high strung and people are so unpredictable. Just like I said, Tarrell Suggs is a big, scary dude. Also, he doesn't know this driver. And everybody's practicing their Second Amendment right. So he has a right to defend himself, just like Suggs has a right to defend himself. Because that's how that works. That guy don't know jack about this civilian. And some civilians, they got a laundry list of criminal records. Some dudes is out here with 4 and 5 bodies on their resume. These are real guys. Just because they're not NFL scary dudes, these are regular dudes. These are the real goons. These ain't people who have social media accounts. These are known killers. You just don't know who any of these people are. So I get it that guy has a right to protect himself, but I also get it that Tarrell Suggs has a right to protect himself also. Now they got into an altercation and a confrontation. Suggs and the driver of the other vehicle, they got back in their cars and they went back to ordering coffee. Suggs held a handgun outside the driver's side window. Of course he did. Because how many times have we seen somebody turn their back and somebody get them in some sort of chokehold, or somebody sneak up on them and gun them down and say that they was in fear of their life? Suggs has a right to be in fear of his life. Whether he's got children or he's got a family, his goal is to make it home alive at night. This is seeming like a lot about nothing. Again, if cooler heads prevailed, he backed into your car, you got out, you saw it was no damage. All right then, bro. No damage. I'm good. I ain't got to file a claim. My insurance ain't going to go through the roof. My car is all right. I'm not going to get out of my car, start yelling and screaming, and then a dude gets out of his car and I'm just looking up at this guy for like a hot 2-3 minutes. Hey man, I'm gonna go at you, blah 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 blah. Look, only way you feel that empowered is if you got something or a weapon. But when he got a weapon, oh, it's a problem. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Oh yeah, you thought this was a one-way whooping. You in for a surprise tonight. Ooh, wait. Again, there's honestly nothing to see here. And my humble opinion, he shouldn't even be charged. This man has a right to carry protection. It's his Second Amendment right. He hasn't threatened anybody. He hasn't pointed the gun at anybody. He just had the gun out. These are Mickey Mouse charges. If his name wasn't Tarrell Suggs, this wouldn't be a story. And everybody knows I'm right. If his name wasn't Tarrell Suggs, this wouldn't be a story. He began to leave the drive-thru, but stopped shortly, and then reached his left arm out the window and opened the driver's side window of his vehicle and displayed a black handgun in his left hand. Court documents read the handgun was never pointed at the victim and was just merely shown, which the victim believes Suggs was threatening him with it. So let's just be real with this. Let's just be real. He never threatened anybody with a gun. The driver was under the expectation that he was in danger. Suggs was under the expectation that he was in danger from the driver. This was a big dust up over a coffee line and him ordering a coffee that morning. And so, yes, he is an NFL player. He has to protect himself at all times. He does not want to be in a situation where somebody's looking to get a rep off him. And we got to get out of this Mickey Mouse land that these dudes aren't in any kind of danger because of who they are. That's exactly why they're in danger. And he's not going to pay for security. He's not going to go ahead and do anything that'll cost him his money. And he's not going to do anything that's going to endanger his freedom because he never pointed the gun at the other guy. He just showed it to him like, wait a minute, you're getting a little too brolic. You're getting a little too big and Brody. You're getting a little too wild at the mouth. I'm packing just like you are. Because I bet that other dude had a gun, but he just didn't show it. And that may be the difference in the case. I have my gun, but I got it concealed. So I believe that my life is in danger. You have a gun. I see you have a gun. So now my fears are heightened times 10. And really, nobody wanted to back down. That's all I got out of this story. That's all I got out of this story. Now, here's where I give you some man talk. That's hoe shit. That's some hoe shit right there. If I look at my car and it's not damaged, then what are we talking about? The only reason you piping up like that is because you got something with you. And when he got something with you, you look at his gun, he look at your gun. Look, it is what it is. That's when the real tough guys come out. That's what he say in the Bronx tale. The tough guys when both of y'all got the gun. Both of y'all tough now. So who's the biggest dog? Exactly. But I tell you who's not the biggest dog. The chump who called the police. The chump who called the police and got this whole thing started. That's the dude who ain't got no nuts. Like, again, we grown men. And the only way I know how to handle a situation with another grown man is we got to go ahead and trade hands. I'm from that era. I'm from that era of your hand game is nice. If I lose, cool. If I win, cool. But I ain't going to call the cops. One thing I ain't going to do is call the cops. You're going to get the fair one. It's going to be what it is. And that's the end of it. We ain't gonna keep going on, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, now you gotta get it on camera. Look, he got me on tape. What we taping, man? What we taping? If you tell me verbally, you ain't gonna call the police. You ain't gonna have nothing to do with it, and I ain't got no repercussions. You just want the fair one right now. It's up. It's up. I'm up, and we gonna get it in. Whether I win or lose, that is not a precursor. This man was going out for coffee. He thought he wrecked your car. He didn't. He got back in. He ordered his coffee. For you to keep going at this dude, where he had to go ahead and put a gun outside his car door, and he had to show you and you seen a pistol, but he never pointed it at you. You're in the wrong because you're the aggressor. I don't know how that works. This guy got back in line to get a coffee, and this other guy then pursued him. If I got back in my car, there's no reason for you to keep coming at me, sir. Other than you may got a ooh-wee with you. Now, I got a ooh-wee on me. I'm going to show you mine. Now, mine might be bigger than yours, but hey, look, that's when we find out which of us is a cowboy. Then we got to dust up. But this ain't nothing, man. Suggs, fight this. Fight this. Well, that's the show for you all. We appreciate everybody. Love everybody. Thank you all for rocking with us as always. Follow us on all of our socials. You seen them right there on the screen. We'll be back Monday. More